take me into the story, because it makes me feel like hope is possible, that I don't have to end up in a dark place. I can be happy.
Yeah, people should give people a chance and help where you can.
And you have a really strong message that will literally save people's lives, and they need to hear your voice. Oh, there she is. How you doing? I love that smile. Let's see the face. Let's see the kid. Oh, there she is. Nice.
Wide awake.
I saw a little smile sneak out there. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
So what do you got? How can I help?
So good morning. So I have been reading your book. My husband's gonna hand me your book. I've been reading. Yay, built to say.
There it is. I love it.
Yeah, and I'm learning so much along the way. I love that you have, if you want to spread your mission, you need to get famous. If you blow up, so does your message. And I know you said that you don't like the limelight, but I love that passage already. I was like, okay, that's really important, because I don't really like the limelight either. I'm like, ooh, no, put me in the background, put my head down. So I've been working on my YouTube channel.
Just that insight took me maybe 5 years to actually understand. So if you can get that just from the one line, you're way ahead of the game. It was the biggest fight I got into with my agent. He's like, you need to get famous. You need to get famous. Like, I don't want to be famous. It's not about me. It's about the message. Wow. So yeah, if you can get that and step up front now, you're shortcutting 5 years of me struggling with that.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, well, I'm trying to work on it now. I've been, I really want to take your boot camp, but I can't afford it. So I took your advice, and I've been watching your videos. So
there we go. That's how we do.
On my YouTube channel, I put the little icon at the bottom with the subscribe button. I've been trying to make all of my thumbnails look alike, while still being kind of different, but like having the theme color going, working on the banner, having my like signature logo on the left-hand side. Mm-hmm. Working really hard, and something that I'm learning from your book is learning how to speak, how to say a powerful statement and follow your rules, to being able to be I don't know what you call it, not a mastermind, you call it something, a transformational speaker. I don't know the wording for it. But
well, it's a thought leadership template, right? Like for how to be the thought leader, the perfect thought leadership template.
Yeah. So my question is, on being a thought leader is, I know you said make a powerful statement, and my biggest fear with that is that people will be like, don't agree, you're wrong, that's terrible. So how do you get over that fear of people rejecting your powerful statement or rejecting what you say?
Well, there's the one part is, if you don't do it, if you don't say anything, you say something boring or vanilla or something that people agree with, then you're not actually making a shift. Like, you believe something other people don't believe. Even this, like, a lot of people wouldn't come live if they had a baby in their arms. Like, oh, I can't go live because I got my kid in my arms. And here you are saying, no, let's do it. we can make it happen. Let's go. Right? You like see the comments, love the little angel and all this stuff happening there. So if you don't say something strong, you're not gonna. The message won't land. You're not going to shift the perspective. You're not going to end up getting a result. You can always use what I call address the hedge later on in the video. So one of the great things to do as you're making content is think about the yeah buts. So when somebody's watching your video, in the back of their heads are saying, yeah, but what? Like, for me, I can't do it because of this, or you haven't thought about that, or right, the yeah buts, and then you address it, right? You say, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this, and then you address that thing. But the beginning has to be powerful, or people don't pay attention. In trying to, it's amazing. In trying to please everybody, the message ends up hitting nobody. So let's work through something. What's an example? What do you got? Like, what's an example of a powerful opinion that you want to share, but you're afraid to share?
Oh, so I recently made a video.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Posted it. And then, so the powerful opinion was that People care more about dogs and cats than they do children in foster care. And then that came from recently I was watching and they were saying like, oh, adoptions for dogs and cats, those are soaring. People are adopting and fostering animals left and right. And then the next week I heard, foster care children are suffering because not many people want to be foster parents during this pandemic.
Yeah.
So many people are adopting dogs and cats, but no one's helping the kids. And it was already hard to get foster parents to begin with, but the pandemic has made it even harder.
Yeah, I would probably make it less news related because it's a problem besides, like, forget about the pandemic. It's still a problem. And especially if you're making a YouTube video, that video in 3 years and 5 years and 7 years will still be getting views when we've already moved on past the pandemic. Right?
Okay.
Why do you care so much about the foster care system?
Because I'm a former foster youth and I was never adopted. I emancipated out at 18 and I just had to figure it out. And it was the hardest time of my life. I got really fortunate a few years after. I met amazing people who became my heart parents. They didn't adopt me on paper, but they invited me into their hearts and they changed my life. And it really showed me the power of good people making a difference and caring. And I was one of those youth who they labeled a lost cause. She wouldn't make it. She's not going to be anything. And since I've graduated 3 colleges, worked at top entertainment companies, learned how to code switch. Hi, how are you? My name is Sherry. What's going on today? You know what I mean? If you heard me at work, you would never know it's me. I learned how to do that because they taught me, like, Sherry, people can be thrown off by your voice. So sometimes I have to tone it down, talk like this. Yes, Evan, what's going on? My YouTube, you know what I mean?
So when were you given up or abandoned or let go? Like what how old were you? Right from birth?
At 14. At 14 years old I entered foster care. Yeah.
At 14, and then you didn't make it in the system, or like you never found a foster parent, and then 18 you're basically on your own? And
yeah, 18 you're on your own. They kind of changed the laws now so that you can stay in foster care until you're 21.
Okay.
But when I was in foster care at 18 years old, the checks stopped coming in, so your foster parents kicked you out, and you just had to figure it out.
And how old were you when you found your heart parents?
And then I found my heart parents when I was 20.
So it's this 14 to 20, which is like the really rough part for you.
Very rough.
And I mean, it's great, and like that's the purpose. You want to help others not struggle and suffer like you did.
Absolutely.
I mean, you got lucky that you found those people at 20. A lot of people never find anybody, right?
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
She's so adorable. Yeah, so I love it. It's like we care more about animals than we do about our fellow humans. That's a great start to the video. And that like already like, wait, what did she just say? And then you can give some stats, right? You can say, hey, over the last 5 years, X, Y, Z, all these animals got adopted, but we still have a big problem in the foster care system where however many people, I don't know how big a problem it is, but like 1 million kids across America don't have homes and have nowhere to grow up because we're not adopting kids enough. You can still get the, like, so now you're thinking like, what's the yeah, but? It's like, so you might be thinking, hey, I'm an animal hater. It's like, I don't hate animals. I don't hate dogs. You know, I don't like seeing dogs out in the street and being hungry either. I'm just saying, hey, we gotta care about our fellow humans. Right? Or whatever the block is, like whatever you think people are gonna say, the yeah buts, is that the biggest yeah but, or is there something else that comes to mind? Like, what are you afraid of for putting that video up?
I'm afraid people will be like, animals and humans are all equal. So if I adopt a dog, it's the same as adopting a child. And I don't think that. I think that, yes, like you're right. I don't hate animals. I love animals. But when it comes to children, there's a priority. Raise a child the right way, and then they can help the animals that you love too. But focus on the kids. There's kids who are suffering, and there's consequences when, if you look at the statistics with foster youth, there's about, I believe there's about 60% of those who are in prison, at least who are African-American, at some point have been in the foster care system. Like there's consequences.
Wait, 60%? of
60%.
African American in the prison system are through foster care.
Were in foster care at some time. They may not have stayed there, but they've been touched by foster care.
Right.
They're in foster care at some point.
Yeah.
And that's a major statistic.
That's America-wide or a state or what?
That's United States wide.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so the statistics are terrible for foster youth who age out. There's a lot of sex trafficking, high pregnancy rates, high school dropout rates. Only 3% of foster youth graduate from college. The stats aren't good for former foster youth. And people seem not to care because they're like, well, it's not my kids and it's not my fault and it's not my problem. Well, it becomes a problem because those kids grow up and then they're affecting your life and then it's a problem then and then they're bad. But I think the problem is that a lot of times, especially for me, I left foster care without the life skills that I needed. Mm-hmm. I didn't have the life skills. I wasn't cookie cutter because I grew up in Watts, California in the hood. And I thought nobody cared about me, so I don't care about anybody else. It took kind, loving people and a community of people to like really help me to see like people do care. The world isn't all bad. You can still make a difference. And to see that like I think my biggest weakness was I had a problem with going off on people. I was just like, if I have something to say, I don't like you, I'm gonna say it. What? But like, hey, there's a way to do things, especially at work. You send emails. Sometimes when you're upset, instead of raising your voice, lower your voice. Talk like this. I don't like that, Evan. That's not gonna work for me. You know what I mean? So to do that, but that took a lot of teaching and training and patience and love for me to even trust to learn something like that.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, people should give people a chance and help where you can.
I'm loving where you're going, and I'm loving the smiles, and I love the heart that you've got. I think it's your job to put it on people's awareness because there are so many causes, there are so many things, and it may not be top of mind. Like for me, I didn't grow up in the foster care system, right? I mean, I had my parents on the wall behind me, super blessed. I don't know anybody who grew up in the foster care system, and maybe it's different in Canada than the US as well. I mean, I don't know. And everybody's got different causes. That's amazing. So it's I don't know how big a deal it is. You know, you're throwing out a whole bunch of stats that I never heard of before. And so that's part of the mission, is to make people realize, hey, this is not just some little thing. This is a big deal, and you have to pay attention. But what I think what's important is having it in an empathetic way, because this is your life, and this obviously is super core. But if it's understanding it for other people, they just don't know about it. They're not educated yet. And I think you can actually break through because you're so lovable and have such a great smile, and you've got such a warm. You've been through a lot of negativity, and somehow you've done it with a smile and warmth where so many people don't, right? And you could probably go to the jaded side every now and then if you want to, and you can get angry and nasty if you really wanted to, but you want to live in a positive, upbeat, inspirational zone where a lot of people who went through what you've gone through, they're not. And they don't see hope, and they don't know how to get out, and they don't know what to do. And so, you know, it's a two-parter. One of trying to educate America with what's going on, but then two, also trying to be a source of inspiration for people in the foster care system that, hey, you don't have to go to jail. You don't have to give up on life. You can have an impact. Here's what I'm doing. Because people would look to you and think it's not possible. It's not possible to be happy. It's not possible to walk around with a smile on your face when you've been through this, but you have, even though life isn't perfect, you know. And so that's going to be an inspiration to a lot of people.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
I'd love to see videos on that. Not just talking to, your first video is talking to me, because I'm not in the foster care system. I don't really know much about it. It's another headline compared to all these other headlines, right? Like why that versus spay your animals, or the rainforest burning down, or something else, right? It's not immediate for me. So that's one kind of content, is kind of educated in America. But the second kind of content is talking to people who are in the system or are coming out of the system. Maybe they're even your age, or maybe they're 20 or 21 and they're about to get kicked out, and they feel like I can't do anything. This was the hand I was dealt, and so now I'm screwed for life. And you can show them, you know what? It doesn't have to be like where you came from. Doesn't have to be where you end up. I think for a lot of people, it's the fear that they'll never be loved. Like they were given up. My parents don't love me. I'll never be loved. And you can show that, no, you can find love, whether it's a romantic relationship love, whether it's friendship love, or it's having an amazing child love like that. You can have love. Because when you feel like you can't have love, your life feels worthless, useless, hopeless. Right?
That's true.
So I'd love to see that in the content as well, of you making content. So like it's a two-parter. One, like for America, advocacy, teach the world how big a deal this is and why people should care. But then also how do people who are in it, who feel hopeless and lost, how do you help them? How do you give them hope? How did you stay positive? How did you get through this? It's like, it's impossible what you did. What helped you the most? Was it a friendship? Was it prayer? Was it reading books or watching videos or meditation? Or like, what was a thing that helped you not go to jail or kill yourself or like turn to drugs or all the other things that a lot of people do? What actually helped you?
Yeah, so it was having faith. I had faith that God could change things because he always did growing up. I was lived in poverty before I entered foster care, knowing what real hunger is. So every time we wouldn't have food in the house, my mom would spend all the food stamps at the beginning of the month. So the first week she was spending on Ho-Hos, Twinkies, all types of things. And by the second week, there was no food for 3 weeks. So I really loved school and I would eat. But on those weekends or on those school holidays, I wasn't eating. So my mom would send me out because I was the youngest to go ask for food. And people love a little girl who looks cute, who's like, hey, can I have some food? And they would always give it to me. So that really taught me that there's always going to be a way. Some good is out there. There's still some good people who will give you something. So I always thought something's going to come my way. And then once I graduated from high school, I just learned that I was like, I'm going to go to college because I was like, school's the best hustle in the world. They'll pay you to read a book. I'm going. But then that didn't work out. And I just thought, man, God, I need a way. I need to figure out a way because living on survival mode isn't working. So I had faith that it would work out. And I learned I just had to slow down and listen. And then the great people came to me.
What did you actively do? Like, did you pray every day?
I prayed and I took action. I was a person, I'm really good at finding resources. That's the one thing that I'm good at. So, that's why I like working with nonprofits and foster youth, is I'm good at finding a way. I will Google it. I will ask a person. I will code switch if I need to. Hey, how are you, Evan? Let me in your boot camp for free. I can't afford it. I'll find a way to do it. I'm good at finding those resources. So praying in action, I think that's been life-saving.
Did you like, was prayer something that you did every single day?
It was. I prayed every single day. God, make a way. And sometimes I pray, God, this isn't working out and I'm real mad and I'm not going to talk to you today, but I'm finna go figure it out. I'm going to do something and I hope that you bless my way. And he always did. I'm still here.
So let's do this right now. I want you to give us a prayer. Imagine you 15 years old, 16 years old, like in it, hungry, don't know if you're ever going to get love again. Because there's a lot of people who are like that right now. I mean, you've come out on the other side, but there's a lot of people who are still kind of stuck in that zone. So give us a prayer. Let's do a prayer together. Tell us what we need to know.
Oh, good. I would say, God, things are not going. They're not going right now. They're not going right now. And I don't know what to do. But I'm going to leave this house. And I'm going to know that you're going to make a way. So I am going to go outside. I'm going to see what I can find. Now, if it's food for the day, I'm going to go to the nearest homeless shelter that I can find. And I'm going to pray that I can get to the front of the line. If it's love for the day, I'm going to go to the park and hope that someone shares with me kindness and love. And if it's just to know that you're there, God, I'm going to take a prayer walk and pray that you show up. But I need you to make yourself known to me today, because I'm not feeling it and I don't see it. I'm angry and I'm lost and I'm upset. So if you're real, you're going to have to reveal yourself in some type of way. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen.
That's the prayers that I would pray.
Hey, you guys like that? Give her some love down below. That was great. Like, this is the thing. And you're getting lots of like wows and prayers and lots of love here in the chat. Woos. How you got out of it is teachable. So the more specific you can get. So even like when you said I'd go on a prayer walk, I love to see that. Like, take your camera, go out and walk and do what a prayer walk is for you, right? And what I loved about your version of the prayer wasn't just, God, please solve all my problems. It was, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I need you to reveal yourself to me. It's like, I'm demanding it. Let's go, God. Let's make it happen. Right? So like that as a video is something that might save somebody's life. Right? Like somebody might be on their way to end their life because they feel like it's over. And then they watch your prayer walk video, and that's the thing that saves them that day. So I love that, because you can speak to that person in a way that I can't, in a way that Tony Robbins can't, or whoever the guru is, right? That we can't, because I'm not a product of that system, but you were, and you know what people are going through because you went through that. And so the specifics, right? If there's a specific prayer that you did, a specific prayer walk that you did, like take me to the park and show me what you did. Show me the bench that you slept on, or show me the Twinkies that you used to buy. Like, take me into the story, because it makes me feel like hope is possible, that I don't have to end up in a dark place. I can be happy. And so the specifics of how you got out of it is super valuable for people. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna put you into my YouTube program. Prayers have been answered. We're actually switching it. So I haven't even announced this yet, but I'm gonna be announcing it this month. We're moving it to a Movement Maker style format. So I'm going to be doing live training twice a month in the program, heavily focused on YouTube and data and analytics, so you can understand the back end of like what's working, what's not working. Once a month is going to be teaching, and once a month is going to be a one-on-one with somebody in the group where we go dive deep on their analytics. So just DM me after this, whatever the best email is for you, and we'll get you set up. And January 14th, I think, is when we launched the new version, and we're going to put you in on it.
Yay, thank you.
But you got to do the work. You better make videos.
Okay,
I want to see videos happen. Otherwise, I'm not going to be happy if you're in there. Okay. You've got such a beautiful soul and a giant smile and a warm heart. And I know you've been through, a ton of hardships that nobody deserves to go through. And the fact that you're here on the other side and wanting to spread and send this powerful message out is such an inspiration. I mean, I'm inspired by what you're doing, and I think a lot of people will be too. And so I'm super excited to see your message get out there. And it's not about you being famous. It's about the message. And you have a really strong message that will literally save people's lives, and they need to hear your voice.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Much love. Love to you. Love to your baby. There's been so amazing this whole time. Just taking it in, not like freaking out. So lots of love for you. Everybody here in the chat loves you too. And oh no, she's sad that it's over. It's sad that it's over.
It's okay.
Okay. Much love. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you in the YouTube program too.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care. Much love.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.